Okay. This is how to take the actual drive apart. A lot of people you'll see in videos take this stuff off here. Don't mess with any of this. You don't need to. This is, that's for if you're gonna like, do some LED swapping, things of that nature. Well, we're not gonna be doing any like that. We're just gonna be taking your actual drive apart. Now, if you look on the side of the Xbox here, there's a small clip right there. You have to bend this up. Okay, bend this up and get it out of the way, and then you'll be able to see it better when you take your actual Xbox apart. Okay, the only thing that's going to do is it's kind of pushing in on the side of this on the side of your hard drive, and sometimes it makes it harder to come off. So if you bend it out and push it in, it makes it easier to pop out. And then once you actually got your drive, also you need to take off your security tape. There is this piece of security tape here. Now this you want to be real careful on removing, because if you tear this is going to void your warranty. You don't want to tear it. Just take your time and then peel it down, push it down to the side. Once it's out of the way, then you just literally just grab your drive and pull it up and out. You're not going to damage anything in here. This stuff is pretty, pretty stout. You're not going to hurt it, but try not to unplug your wires and stuff like that. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. If you do, you can always just plug it back in. But like I said, this is pretty durable. As long as you don't take your screwdriver and start bashing it into it, you're not going to damage anything. So, just don't worry about taking it apart. The less you got to take apart now, the less you got to put back together later. Go ahead. You got 4 screws that you're going to take out. This is where your regular Phillips head comes into play. Also, I would recommend, like as you see, I have a cover laid down. I recommend doing the same. It makes it a lot easier to make sure your screws don't roll off of a table, or you can actually see everything because everything contrasts in color. I highly recommend it. Now once you've got your 4 screws taken off, don't worry about taking the bottom plate off. Go ahead and leave that on, because again, you don't want to take it apart any more than you absolutely have to. This is going to be 2 pieces. Just go ahead and put your drive back into place, and then once it slides down, and then you're going to like barely pull up on the back just a little bit, and there's a lip here that you can kind of grab onto and pick up. Okay, once you've got that, you don't have to be like super fragile either. This thing's a lot tougher than you think it is. Then you've got the magnet, which I'm getting ready to disassemble and show you that, and this is the actual game and everything put together. A lot of times you'll see the videos and this is already done, and it looks like, oh well, that's how it's built. No, it's not. You have to take this piece off, and you have to disassemble this magnet in order to do this, and I'm getting ready to show you how to do that. Now this is done. You don't have to worry about this anymore. Now as far as the magnet's concerned, there is couple things you're going to have to do. Again, another sticker you're going to peel up. You're going to take the edge of the screwdriver, peel it up. Now I've already done this multiple times, so mine's kind of peeled up a little bit. But once you do get this open, you're going to have to pull your sticker off, because that's all it is, and then there's a small piece of plastic right here. Then you're going to see this piece of metal. Now, as far as the only reason you're taking the sticker off is because you have to be able to hold this piece of metal from moving, so you can take this, this piece off here. Once you've done that, if you look on the inside, there's 3 skinnier tabs that you have to kind of pry up just a little bit. Now this is pretty pliable plastic. You're not going to break it, but you don't want to like bend it out to the point to where it's like, wow, it's definitely out. You want to just like I said, using the same screwdriver that we've disassembled the rest of the Xbox with. Just bend them up just a little bit. Nothing crazy, nothing excessive. Just enough to where you can physically see them, that they've changed the way that they look. And then what you're going to do is you're going to hold the piece of metal on the back with one finger. You're going to grab this and turn it counterclockwise, and it comes right off. Once you've done that, that's the hard drive disassembled. Now on this is a little magnet. Just leave it like it is. It's going to stay there unless you physically take it off. It's not going to hurt anything. But make sure that you put it back correctly, because this is a piece of that's a magnet also, and if you don't have them correct, when you try to put everything back together, rather than them attract, they're going to push away from each other. They're going to repel. So make sure that that's done correctly. Other than that, I recommend again just not taking it off ever. And then you'll be able to take this on and off, and then this is why you had to turn those little pieces of plastic that are in there. They actually catch on the lips of the metal, and you can see it just barely catching on that edge right there. and then that's why you had to bend those small pieces of plastic up. Now it's just as simple as to push them back down when we're doing the reassembly, which is what we'll do in the next video, is actually the reassembly of the actual Xbox after the ISO burn. Again, you know, just make sure you follow all the steps and make sure you don't skip any. As far as like disassembly, again, don't worry about taking none of this apart. This is a really good time to blow all this dry, you know, blow it clean with you know, your cans of air, stuff like that, because when this stuff gets all dirty and your chips overheat, that's what gives you the ring of death. So, you know, just, you know, since you got it apart, you might as well clean it. And you're not going to hurt it. Don't turn your can upside down and do it, because then it'll frost it and then you can actually damage your system. So don't shake your can, you know, just blow it off, get it clean, and do all that stuff. And then just watch the other videos for the reassembly, and that's it. As far as the ISO, just make sure you follow everything.